to be teaching you a little bit today about Imagine Math and pathways. I love Imagine Math. We use it every day not every student uses it every day, but somebody in my class is using it every day. We rotate. But I want to talk to you about pathways and how to assign pathways and how important I think they are. Now, Imagine Math provides learning pathways that are already designed to match up with our Texas standards, which is awesome. So for fourth grade, which is the grade I teach, I would go in and I find the Texas fourth pathway. This gives them all the standards that they're going to be taught this year in fourth grade. Now, what I don't like about that is that it doesn't always match up with what I'm teaching in my classroom. And even though it's awesome practice, it's prescriptive. If they're getting it, it moves them on. If they're not getting it, it gives them remediation. I love that. But if it doesn't match up with what I'm teaching, I don't find it awesome. So I create a pathway and I match up with the pathways or with the standards that I'm teaching in class right now. So I made some custom pathways at the beginning of the year. I made a fourth grade place value. And to do that, you're just going to go to create a pathway. And super easy, you just give it a name, read through these options. I allow them to test out, but I require that pre-quiz. You can think through here. I don't want to skip problem solving. That's super important. And then you just choose your grade level and you've got to give it a name. And then what it's going to do, it's going to give you all of the standards off to the side. So you would go in and just add over like, okay, we're going to be doing multiplication. So I would scroll through here and think, okay, factors, that's something I want them to make sure that they truly understand. That's a big part of multiplication. Here's some different things. I'd probably put all of these in, not by fractions, not yet, none in the fraction multiplying, but just multiplying whole numbers. So I would put all of these in. And then I would assign it to them. And the way you assign a pathway is to go into classrooms and you're going to go to your current students. And then you would click on one and you would assign a pathway. Now, don't do switch pathway because that removes, if you already have their fourth grade pathway on there, which would they want to work on that at home or they like to do it in the mornings when they get here. We don't want to switch it because that one will go away and then they have to start it all over. I'm speaking from experience. Tip from me to you. Okay, so you go in and assign a pathway. So you can see like this student has the Texas 4 pathway and the place value pathway. Those are the ones she's working on. And then when she signs in, it pops both of them up. They know that they're supposed to be on the place value pathway and that the fourth grade pathway is for downtime. I can also look at data, which I love. So I go to student progress and when it pulls up, I can go over and click on a student's name and their pathways pull up. So he's completed the fourth grade place value pathway and the fourth grade's one's in progress and he's now working on fractions. We're in a fractions unit in fourth grade. But I can scroll through this and just kind of see like how he's doing. Like, yikes, a 46, but he made a comeback. So that's what I'm looking for. I can also go in when he was doing place value and just kind of check in. Okay, I see he's got 14 lessons done. And just a quick scroll kind of lets me see, what happened here? But look, bounced back, got 100. So I'm thinking he might be okay. But this fraction and decimal equivalence didn't turn out so hot. And look, he got it. He tried it again. Still not looking good. Equivalent fractions is a tough standard. So I'm going to make sure that my students are getting some extra support with that, especially when I'm seeing data that supports that they're not showing mastery yet. What I do with this data, every Friday or every Monday, I'll pull it up. And so, for example, with the place value pathway, I had a sheet and I just kind of went through and was checking to see how many lessons they were getting complete a week. Because we do spend, 2 or 3 days on this. So I want to see progress. And if I'm not seeing progress, like this student wasn't making much progress, but he goes to dyslexia in the morning. And that's a lot of the time what we do for one time while I'm pulling small groups. So I'm checking to see like, we're making slow progress here. She still hasn't completed it. So these girls might be getting some extra support at my back. Well, they are getting back support at my back table because they just don't seem to have that strong mastery of place value. And as we all know as elementary teachers, if they don't have place value, That's a major foundation that needs to be filled in. So I can keep track of data and refer back to it. And it's great for SST. I can go in and print this and be able to pull it as more data for SST that, based on this report, I pulled teacher table and we worked on these activities. So I am a big, big fan of place value. I'm sorry. I am big. Anyways, I am a big fan of pathways. So kind of like place value. But anyways, if you would ever like to talk about Imagine Math, I'm your girl. Hope you have a great day.